Marketing Monday, I want to talk about intentional marketing. We should be intentional in a lot of activities that we do. Rob Anderson, what is happening? What's going on? And I read an article about a guy who was speaking at an event. He got to hear another speaker, and the other speaker was actually from the Disney Institute. And it was talking about why Disney is so consistent. And the comment that the individual made was Disney's consistent business results are driven by over-managing certain things that most companies undermanage or ignore. And that's a key source of what differentiates us. We have learned to be intentional where others are unintentional. So it got me thinking, like, we're very intentional in some core things in our business as well. But how does that transcend? Disney is an amusement park. We're a service business. Almost everybody that'll watch this is a service business or perform some type of service. So how does that transcend, or what does it mean to be intentional, right? What does it mean to be intentional? So a couple of things that intentional mean. So you're purposeful in your words and your actions. What you say and what you do has specific purpose. Another way of being intentional is you have given some thought to the future about various aspects, details, outcomes of your business based upon where you're spending your marketing dollars. So you have an ideal in the future based upon where you're spending money in marketing outcomes, like what that looks like. So we know if we spend X in a certain area, that's going to create Y for us. Why? Because we know that over the last years of business, we have that data to prove that X is going to equal Y over here, right? But the key to being intentional in marketing, and you got to look at this, you got to look at who you're touching, right? Everybody has a lead. You can call those leads or prospects. I call my leads and prospects the same thing. If somebody calls our company or emails our company or inquires to our company about a service, it's a lead. And I count every single one of those as such. A lot of people will qualify them out, and then that becomes your prospect. And I disagree with that, because anybody that touches your company, you've spent the money to ascertain that information. You should then be continually marketing to them, following up with them. So I look at every lead as a prospect. Anybody that inquires is a prospect. So I'm considering their needs and their wants. And I do it, I step into my shoes a lot, because honestly, a lot of business owners are not their perfect customers, but I am my perfect customer, because I would not try to power wash my own house. I would not try to clean my own windows. I would not try to hang my own Christmas lights. I would hire someone to do that. Heck, I hire someone to mow my grass. I have someone that comes and they put down fertilizer. We have someone that comes and they put mulch down. My time is not spent around my house. When we have time outside of work, we're doing stuff. I'm either doing stuff with my wife most of the time or with family. We're not taking that time to do tasks around the house. So I'm my perfect customer. So I look at it. What are the needs and wants of my prospects? What are the needs and wants of my prospects? And then I focus my business around that. I make it real easy for them to get a quote. I make it easy for them to do business with us. I make it easy for them to pay us. Easy, easy, easy. Kind of like the old Staples commercial. We got an easy button. That's the way our prospects and our customers can do business with us in a very easy, makes sense, straightforward way. So being intentional about small details helps your marketing efforts. And if you look at Disney as that kind of focus, Disney does some things too that we can learn from. Number one, with your services, are you creating an extraordinary experience for your prospects and your customers? Is it, wow, that's the greatest service I ever received? Or is it, well, I'm not all that excited about the service that I received, right? Is it extraordinary? Is it magical, right? Or is it, okay? If you're creating a magical, extraordinary experience for your customers, then you're doing the things necessary. You're being intentional with your service. So it goes back to, what is intentional marketing to be able to get me to that point? I think all of this is actually part of your marketing plan, from not just trying to get that lead, not just trying to fill a spot on your calendar, but everything through to the end. For instance, we send out employees and trucks. One of my pet peeves is a truck has to be clean inside and out. If it's not clean inside and out, they're going to lose opportunity to get bonus. If we are right now working with FinPrint to try to get our NASCAR, what I call NASCAR shirts. Rob Anderson probably needs to get some commission from the dude, but look, feel, experience. So how do they look? How does it make me feel? How's my experience? And putting that all together gives your customer the reason why, they should want to do business with you. They should refer business. They should do repeat business, all of those types of things. And if you want to maximize profits and create an exceptional business to talk about so that people will refer you, then those are the things that you need to do. So how do we get lost in this? I'll tell you, it's real simple. As business owners, we get really excited and we focus on the features of our business. We focus on things like equipment, trucks, maybe training we've been through, processes, products that we use. In my specific industry, exterior cleaning, man, people get all excited because they got these high flow machines or they got the new technology, and that's great, but customers don't care. Customers care about the benefits, what is in it for them. Your customers, your prospects, they care about the benefits. So instead of pushing your feature, tell them how that feature benefits them. And in your communication to them, get rid of your lingo, get rid of your jargon. If one of my guys says, "Oh, we 8 gallons per minute," if I'm a customer, I'm looking at it, I'm going, "What are you talking about?" Like that tells me nothing, right? But putting it into a benefit for your customer then helps them understand why they should use you. And your marketing should follow this same type of process. Should be benefit-based, not feature-based. What's in it for the customer? Why should they use you? And what is it about your service that separates you from the guy down the block? Because look, every year, regardless of what service industry you're in, every year, man, they pop up out of nowhere. Just go on Craigslist and look at all the companies that are out there. We run into, in a small market like Cincinnati, we run into probably 30 competitors that aren't even on Google or Facebook. You're chucking a truck, Bucket Bob, whatever you want to call them. My favorite is Craigslist Cowboy, but whatever you want to call them, they're going to pop up. They're going to be around for a little bit and they're going to go away because they're focused on taking from their customer and not giving. So if you look at what's intentional, and I talk always about planning your marketing, and if you go back into the Mafia and you look in December, we went through a marketing planning sequence. So that's the first part of your intentionality related to marketing. Your second piece of being intentional related to marketing is focusing on benefits for your customer and how you're going to display those benefits and communicate those benefits so that you can attract back the customers and the prospects that you need to. Look, our goal on a weekly basis is to get a ton of leads, a ton of freaking leads. 85 leads a week is what we're trying to capture. And if we're not intentional with things like our message, our budget, and our follow-up, then 85 leads isn't going to happen. And in fact, while 85 is our goal, I haven't hit 85, but only one time this season. Everything else has been in the 70s. Do I set my goal high? Heck yeah. And you should. But in order for us to get to taking care of 60 customers, I need to be at about 85, even close to 90, to be able to get to the point where we need to be for revenue. So looking at my intention, my plan, I know that I have to do certain things, X, Y, Z, and I won't get into exactly, you guys that listen, you know pretty much what I do in terms of marketing, but the messaging needs to be there. The benefits to the customer, the ease of use, why they should use us over picking someone else that just popped up. What it is about our company that separates us. Because look, at some point in your existence, you are that Chuck in a truck. You are that Bucket Bob. And so if you are in that part of your business, then you got to start thinking intentionally to be able to get customers to want to do business with you now, so that next year you're not Chuck in a truck, you're not Bucket Bob, you're not the Craigslist cowboy, you're now the professional organization that you've been trying to become over the last 12 months, 6 months, however long you're in business. So sit down today, think about, what is it that I'm intentional about my marketing? What sets me apart in my marketing? Is it consistent in my messaging, or am I sending out all kinds of different messaging? Is it consistent in my messaging? And am I delivering the benefits to the customers? Am I delivering those benefits to my customers? If you're doing those things, it should show up in places like your checkbook. All right. If you're not doing those things, it's going to show up in places where you wish it wasn't, like callbacks, the bane of my existence, and probably the bane of most business owner existence. So get intentional about your marketing, become purposeful, and as always, let's dominate.